Human relationships, such as those with friends and family members, have a significant influence on the hope of individuals. An increasing number of people are facing difficulties with interpersonal relations and the family, which functioned as a base for the reliability, has become unsustainable. Furthermore, even people who do not seem to have special problem, as with their daily personal relationship, even feel constant pressure to improve their communication skills. Italy argued, mainly in sociology, that the state of human relationship is a crucial issue when thinking about the future in society. Specifically, concepts like social network or social capital have been used as keywords for expressing the social structure of personal relationship. Mary C. Britton, sociologist in Harvard University, prospects the concept of bar or places as a characteristic of the social networks in Japan. Strong collective ties in families and workplaces with long-term employment practices have been provided the bedrock for a sense of security among Japanese people in the past. Japanese society has valued strong ties with ba or basho. According to Britain, the ba has been collapsing within the context of globalization and low laws. And this tendency constitutes the basis for changing in Japanese society. In Japan, the function of weak ties is instead currently more influential in the possession of hope. Weak ties, weak means in Japanese yuai. Ties means in Japanese kizuna. Weak ties is translated can be yuai kizuna. Specifically, we analyze the relationship between type of friends and several kinds of hope. Consequently, we found that individuals with friends outside of family members, relatives, and colleagues in the workplaces who have expectation towards them greatly appreciate their abilities and efforts and listen to their anxieties and problems are more likely to have attainable hope in a significant manner. It has also been found that the existence of friends outside of work, with whom it is possible to speak frankly, makes it easier for people to have hope, especially for work, which is the object of the highest interest among Japanese, in addition to hopes toward play, pleasure, and social contribution. Why this is so? Communicating with people outside of our own family and superiors and colleagues in the workplaces mean talking to people who have lived in a different world from our own and who have accumulated their own values and experiences accordingly, which are very different from our own. It can be recognized from a sociological perspective that possessing the so-called third relationship beyond kin and work and getting precise information from them which cannot be obtained in our daily lives can help to create hope. Therefore, it is becoming more and more important for most Japanese, especially for most young Japanese, to have a chance at accessing and creating a new social network beyond family and firms, such as weak ties. In order to build new social network, for example, it is crucial to support the activity of a non-profit organization by increasing tax donation and to develop new local community, businesses, and activities. And of course, it is more important to keep in touch with other countries in order to build a new social network of weak ties and create hope in each society. Now you can understand how important to make a collaboration between different culture, different countries, different habits, different ideas, different information, such as between Japan and Islamic countries. It takes, I'm very surprised, it takes more than 20 hours to take a flight from Tokyo to Abu Dhabi. It is very far from here. But this kind of farness is very nice. It is because we have different culture and different information. In order to make weak ties, such kind of collaboration between the different situations is very important. The sense of insecurity many current Japanese have indeed developing due to the structural changes in the economy after 1990s. The reasons for such long-term changes are deep-rooted, and it will take substantial time and energy to recover. Some may feel that the declines in independence and securities are irreversible, such as the fate of Japan. However, we should not pay too much credence to this pessimistic view. A brand new culture awaits us after continued trials and overcoming our current difficulties by organizing new social networks. The new culture will be a substantial driving force for a new economy in Japan as a mature society. New social networks beyond family and firms, which are more likely to be the weak ties, can generate creativity in society. Indeed, the shift in social network from strong to weak ties is not necessarily a smooth one for all individuals, especially older generation. Rather, there is concern that there will be an increase in individuals who lack both security based on strong ties and hope based on weak ties, after being excluded from any kind of network. However, the possibility of organizing new and original social networks should not be given up, because there will be one possibility in an aging society. The common view about an aging society is that it is unattractive for youth and is heavily burdened by too many people, high taxes, and substantial social costs. However, at the same time, an aging society is also rich in experiences, with many people who have experienced to overcome obstacles in the past. The calm communication between different generations in the new social network will play a crucial role in realizing the brand new days of independence and security and diversification and creation jobs in both Japan and Islamic countries. An aging society with plentiful experience and abundant sympathies can encourage the future generation to have new type of hope. There is another unique tendency for people who take action to realize their hope according to our hope studies. People with hope are more likely to have experienced serious setbacks. Setbacks is in Japanese, zasetsu, setbacks in the past, and to have discussed the meaning of setbacks clearly. This means that those who are able to elucidate their previous setbacks are also able to express hope in the future. When individuals understand the meaning of setback in the past and can talk about them frankly with appropriate humor, they are able to describe the future more brightly. Further, statistical analysis show that with the background of having overcome obstacles, individuals with attainable hope are less likely to fear that their effort will be in vain. It seems to be difficult for people who are overly concerned about results to have attainable hope. In contrast, it may be true that people who tolerate the possibility of waste and preference and have what John Maynard Keynes, famous economist, that the animal spirits are able to find attainable hopes. Someone who have been hopeful often said, looking back my own life, there's nothing inventive at all. These words can sometimes encourage us and give us hope. If such valuable experiences can be described modestly and with humor by senior generations, younger generation can listen to them, listen to the voices sympathetically and comfortably. Such dialogue and handing down of experiences can ease the tensions between current and future generation. A new social network, including different generations and different culture, encourage the young people to stand up to growing uncertainty and not to care too much about the result of their ventures in both Japan and Islamic countries. Now in Japan, the senior generation are generally very richer, with plentiful pensions than the younger generation, who receive low wages but heavy burdens for social security. Therefore, in order to create new activities, it is also crucial to transfer money from rich seniors to youth with ideas and with vitality. Senior generation should give youth money as well as the experience of overcoming difficulties. So this is my conclusion. Then the youth can take risks and action. Youth should take risks and action with a presence of mind, which is gained by the fun and learning from their older generation. The new generation will certainly be able to find attainable hopes and ventures and their sense of diversification, and also creating jobs and creating society. So this is my presentation. Thank you very much.